Internet, and welcome to this first ever tutorial on my channel. And at the same time, this will be the first ever proof of concept that I ever put out. This in front of you is a redstone clock based on a piston feed tape with smart pistons. So to see it in action, fairly easy. You just complete the ring, and you see the smart pistons will just push the feed tape around, and every now and again you get the redstone block that comes in front of your output, and you get a redstone output out of it. Now, the big advantage with this method of building a clock is that you can have however many outputs as you want. However many frequent and however many locations. Like I put an output over there, you can put one over here, or two or three, and some of the sides as well. You can even go crazy and go on top and on the bottom. The other thing is that you can actually have the input not from the feed tape, but from the smart pistons themselves. If you run a redstone out of it, and we make it keep going, so you'll see you get clicks, clicks, clicks just every now and then. Every time the block comes in front, you get a quick output over there with a 1 tick length. So that's it. The other advantage is that this is absolutely scalable. This is a rather small version of it. This is pretty much the largest it gets. It's a 12 by 12 because the pistons can only push 12 blocks. And again, you can add more outputs to your feed tape. And it's also possible to have it go vertically, again with the outputs wherever you want them. It's just a small tweak to these two bottom pistons, and there you go. The only main disadvantage with this type of clock, as you can imagine, is the sound. I had turned my sound down, but you can hear it. It's pretty loud. Go ahead and turn this back down so that we can hear ourselves. That's really the only drawback from this kind of a clock. However, you can put this down on the ground or up in the air where no one's going to be around, and it'll be just fine, and you will have your multiple outputs to your one and only clock. So to get things started, you will need a piece of land however big you need your feed tape to be. And you will also need the contents of this chest. So that is 5 redstone torches, 17 pieces of dust, 1 repeater, 1 lever, 4 ordinary pistons, 1 sticky piston, a bunch of building blocks, a bunch of blocks for your feed tape. They can be the same, there's no problem there. Block of redstone, again for your feed tape, 1, 2, 3, however many you need. And you will also need a few stone slabs. So the first thing you want to do is build your 4 smart pistons in the corner. So that's fairly simple. You just put a 2 blocks in this formation, a regular piston there on the back, redstone torch, dust, and that's it. So if you put a block in front of the piston, it automatically pushes it out to whatever length you want your feed tape to be. And so you do this in every corner like so, to make sure that it just feeds back into itself. And I will see you in a moment when that is done. So there we have it. This is the feed tape complete. So you see it just goes around, and every piston just automatically forwards it to the next one. The second step we're going to do is actually get the output out of it. I'll just go this side here, pling, 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 like that. You put a redstone repeater with redstone dust coming out of it, and then you run this into whatever you want to run it into, and you can change your part of your feed tape now to the redstone blocks. Like I said earlier, you can have them next to one another, and if we test it again, you see, you get on, off, and it works, and then you on, off, and like that. Now, believe it or not, this is actually complete. This will work as a clock. The only thing that's missing is the toggling circuit, the on and off then that's what the lever was for and the half slabs. But this will run as a clock. It will just never stop. So in order to build this toggling circuit, you want to go ahead and find one of the corners, one of the smart pistons. You put 2 blocks with a repeater and a piece of redstone dust, and that will be your on and off your blocking piston. Now from here you want to add the lever on the side of this one, and you want to go up like this with half slabs, and again, oops, like this, and a third layer like so, so that you can run your redstone dust on top of it and that it doesn't interact with your smart circuit. So that's the input. Now to have the actual output and the updating of this last piston, you want to go to the piston that's before your input on the feed tape loop, and you want to go 3 up like that and put a sticky piston down underneath like this. Now this will be your final updating piston. You want to put 2 blocks next to it and run redstone dust like so. And now you bridge the gap between the two. It's important that though in the middle there's 1 block there with a redstone torch and a block on top of it with dust there as well. So this will create a burnout, and that's the mechanic that you're actually going to be using. So this is done now. So the feed tape runs, and when we turn on this switch, it stops. And as we do we flick the lever off again, then it starts back up again. If you want to do it vertically, the only tweak that you have to do to your smart piston is this, and it's only for the 2 bottom ones. So you need to have a sticky piston instead of a regular piston, and it needs to have a glass block on its face, and it's that glass block that will be pushing the feed tape. Otherwise, it gets bud powered and it stays extended and it breaks up the whole thing. So obviously, you need to have a longer redstone line to feed into it because it's 1 block further away. But aside from that, you see it's exactly the same thing. On the other side here, at the bottom, you see it's as well a sticky piston with the glass at the end of it because, again, bud powering. So I do hope you enjoyed this tutorial. My name is Lucrena, and please do leave a like if you enjoyed it and if you want to see more. And I guess I will catch you next time. Bye bye.